Today I'm going to show you how to make KFC. No, not the Colonel Sanders kind, the Korean kind. Hi, I'm Sune and I'm a food geek. Today I'm going to show you how to make Korean fried chicken. It's bite-sized pieces of chicken fried super crispy and covered in a sweet and spicy sticky glaze. They're super delicious. Frying chicken in Korea was a concept that was brought by American troops during the Korean War. They couldn't go without some crispy fried chicken. Hard to imagine, right? Before then, the Koreans had been steaming chicken and serving it in soups and broths. During the late 70s, fried chicken became very popular in smaller bite-sized pieces, popularized by a guy named Yoo Sok-ho, who had gotten the idea while studying in the US. During the 80s, another entrepreneur found that the crust of the chicken was so crispy that some of the customers scratched their palates. So he invented a sweet and spicy sauce that the chicken was covered in, making it more palatable. This was the invention of yangnyeom, which is the variety of Korean fried chicken that I'll be showing you how to make today. If you're new to this channel, I bake a lot of sourdough bread and I make delicious food from all over the world. If you want to see more of this content, please join me by subscribing and ringing the bell so you won't miss any future videos. Yangnyeom is fried chicken covered in a sweet and spicy sauce. When it was first introduced, the Korean public was not convinced, but after some clever marketing, including free samples and commercials with a famous comedian by the name of Choi Yang-rake, helped propel yangnyeom into what would become a worldwide success. The sauce is made from many different aromatics like brown sugar, honey, garlic, and ginger, but the most important one is gochujang. I'm a huge fan of this fermented chili paste. If you'd like to make my sourdough bread with gochujang, garlic, and scallions, follow the card above. Yangnyeom is often served with various pickled vegetables like radishes and cucumbers. It's most commonly eaten paired with a craft beer. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a member at Patreon. You can also buy some merch or use the links in the description for tools and ingredients. Those were the words. This is the recipe. The written recipe on my blog is linked in the description. Cut 1200 grams, 42 ounces of chicken into bite-sized pieces. They can be whatever cut of chicken you like the most. Put all the pieces in a bowl. Then add 2 tablespoons of mirin, 2 tablespoons of minced ginger, 1 teaspoon of fine salt, a half a teaspoon of freshly ground pepper. Mix it up until all of the chicken pieces are coated. So now we need to coat all of the chicken pieces in a starch. I'm going to test 3 different kinds to see what gives the most crunchy texture. Cornstarch, potato starch, and all-purpose flour. So after you watch the video, you can decide which one you're going to use. Coat all the chicken pieces in starch and make sure that there aren't huge clumps on there, so kind of shake it off. When all the pieces are coated, heat a pot of oil to 175 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm using the Breville/Sage, the Control Freak, which is an absolute beast of an induction cooker. It keeps the temperature automatically based on both a probe which is sitting at the bottom of the pan and a regular thermometer probe that you stick into the water, oil, or whatever you're cooking. It's super expensive, but honestly not overpriced for what it does. Add the chicken to the oil. Don't add too much at the same time or else the temperature will drop significantly. Also, be aware that if you're not careful, the pieces will stick together, so make sure you separate them just after you put them in. Fry the pieces until they're almost done and slightly golden, about 4 to 7 minutes. Strain them to a wire rack with kitchen paper underneath. Fry the rest of the chicken the same way. When you've finished frying the chicken the first time, remove any debris floating in the oil and then heat it to 190 degrees Celsius, 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Fry the chicken again until it's golden brown and crispy, 1 to 2 minutes. Drain the chicken out of the oil and fry the rest of the chicken to be golden brown and crispy. So let's compare the 3 different coatings. Cornstarch looks the most appealing with a uniformly golden color. Potato starch is kind of pale in spots, but has a more crackly look. Oh, that's juicy. The all-purpose flour is pretty dark, but it didn't look like that when I was frying them. Oh, tastes nice. Well, they're all crispy and really good, but for me the clear winner is the cornstarch coated chicken. It's just more crispy. Well, on with the show. It's time to make the sweet and spicy glaze. To a small saucepan add 50 grams, 1/5 of a cup of honey, 50 grams or 1/5 of a cup of brown sugar. Three tablespoons gochujang or less if you don't want it too spicy. Two tablespoons of toasted sesame oil. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. 4 cloves of minced garlic. And 2 tablespoons of tomato ketchup. Give it a good stir. Then heat the sauce. When it starts bubbling, give it a good mix. Then turn off the heat and put the saucepan to the side. Put all the chicken in a bowl. Pour the hot sauce over. And mix it until all the chicken pieces are covered by the sauce. Add to serving bowls. Garnish with toasted sesame seeds. Chopped salted peanuts. And thinly sliced scallions. This should be enough for 6 to 8 people, or probably 2 teenage boys. The yum factor is out of this world. Are you prepared for this?
Come on, 1, 2. Hey stop 참무책임해 왜 자꾸 들었다 놨다 해 헷갈리게 친절은 사양할게 오해하게 하지 말아요 날 yeah 들어봐 가뭄 같은 마음엔 뭐라도
Oh my, I'm getting hungry for some more chicken. Man, those things are addictive. As you saw in the recipe, they're super easy to make, so maybe there's something for your next gathering. Here in Denmark, we can actually start having people over again. Seems kind of odd, honestly. I hope you learned something today. See you next time.